Is it recording?
Yeah,
Ah, there we go. Okay,
week
I have to
three.
wait. I have to wait for the small lady's voice in you know, my ear to tell me it's going. But we're here. Week three preview. Let's do this. Extra Point
Yes,
Podcast
sir.
presented by
Yes,
Beauty
sir.
Counter. Um, more
We
great games.
got
There's gonna be great games every week. We know that. Um,
absolutely. But we got
was
21-11 versus 16-16 as of right now.
Okay, we're gonna just focus on that later. Well, Thursday night, tomorrow night, Carolina, Houston. Carolina's 2-0. Houston is 1-1. I think these are two surprise. Obviously, like Carolina's surprised because they're 2-0. Well, nothing's really a surprise this early on, but you know, they could very well be 3-0 at the end of week three, which is, something considering they're kind of a rebuilding team. Houston, there are a lot of 1-1 teams. They're not really a surprise, but the offense has come out firing these first two games for Houston. But you like Carolina?
I like Carolina, especially since Tyrod just went on the went on the IR today. I
Mm-hmm.
I, I think it's going to be a little bit of a tough task for Davis Mills to try and get in there and go against that Panthers defense. So I'm taking the Panthers for this Thursday night game tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah, I agree 100%. It's McCaffrey's back. He's healthy. Donald's got that deep ball thing working. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. I think, and the defense. I think the defense doesn't get enough pub. They're number one in scoring defense, and they're number one just total defense. So I like Carolina as well, and they'll be 3-0. I think to start, especially without Tyrod. I don't know. Houston's a little bit of a mess, obviously. So I like Carolina. Moving to Sunday though, your team. Bears, Justin Fields, big news today. Justin Fields taking over as the starter for Andy Dalton, who is out with what is the specific? I mean, I know it's a knee injury, but what is the
Knee
bone bruise?
bruise.
Yeah.
Knee bruise. Yeah, just a
So
bruise.
you think you have a shot?
I'm going to take the Bears.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Bears.
All right.
I want to see the Bears perform well on the road in Cleveland. And hey, I mean we've been giving Justin all this hype, and I mean I said on our last episode I think capable of performing to the highest peak.
Mm.
And I mean, hey, come out and show us. That's my mentality right now. Is come out and show us, and I think they can get it done.
I agree 100%. You know what? That was a great point. I'm moving locations. Time out. Stay with me. This is live, so it's not really live. It's a recording, but stay there. Don't move. Don't move. Are you moving? Are you moving? This is so great for the people watching at home. You got me?
Yep.
All right. Sorry, I had to do it. For people watching at home, my closet, it's not great. The Wi-Fi is not great. So yeah, I think the Browns, it's Fields' first start. There could be some butterflies. He's electric. He can do more than Andy Dalton can, clearly. I think Cleveland's the better team. Cleveland is the better team. Now, if this was like if this was my team in your position, of course, I'd pick my team too. I just think Cleveland, it's interesting because they started off slowly against Houston and came out, on top. Cleveland is the better team. I'm going to pick Cleveland. I just think their pass rush should overpower the Bears O-line, in my opinion. And I don't know. I mean, the Bears, we'll see Browns offense without Jarvis against the Bears defense. I think the Browns, it's going to be closer than people think, but I'll take the Browns for sure. It's going to be good. It's going to be fascinating, though, I think, to watch. But yeah, Browns. I think it was Vegas had the Browns winning by 8 points, I believe. Now it's down to 7 because the Landry injury is massive. That's what people are saying anyway, I think. So yeah.
Odell should be back this week.
Odell's back. Yeah, I forgot about that too because he's been out, and that's interesting for sure. Bengals Steelers. Interesting divisional matchup. Both teams are 1-1 at the moment. I'll say the Steelers, but Bengals are dangerous. I don't know how you feel about the Bengals. I know you obviously met the Bengals last week. I'm going to take the Steelers because they're at home, and the Bengals apparently are very inconsistent. Obviously, looking at them last week, and Burrow was pressured, and the Steelers defense, assuming TJ Watt will be healthy for that game, give me the Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers as well for this game. I think that defense, especially that defensive front, especially if TJ Watt is good enough to go, even just good enough to go, I mean, that's just a big presence on the outside, getting that rush on Joey Burrow. I mean, that's what helped the Bears win that game last weekend was the pass rush. It made him get a little flustered at times. And I don't know, Burrow, he's shown glimpses of being very, very good. But at the same time, I think the Steelers are going to try and find out who they are on offense.
Yeah.
But their defense is still top notch.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping you'd pick the Bengals because that would be 2 straight wins. I'd get back up on you in the standings. So whatever though, pick the Steelers, whatever. Jaguars, Cardinals. This is a slam dunk. I mean, we probably shouldn't even have to elaborate on this too much. I think Arizona's going to run right through the Jaguars. I just think they're too electric offensively.
Yeah. There's
too
not
easy.
much to add.
Yeah. Chargers, Chiefs. This is still again, we know it's the Chiefs division. It could be close, especially with Herbert. This isn't like older Phillip Rivers, and it's the Chiefs. I'm picking the Chiefs to win this game. I'm wondering how close it's going to be.
I'm picking the Chiefs primarily because they're coming off that tough loss against Baltimore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
and they're at home in the Red Sea where that place gets rocking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going with the Chiefs, especially with how the Chargers played last weekend. Like they didn't look too impressive. Mm-hmm. So I think the Chiefs are going to run right through them.
I think you can make the case the Chiefs. I mean, they should have won that game last week. They should have. Even with the Mahomes interception, they were in position. Edwards-Helaire fumbled, and Chiefs should have won that game. But yeah, they'll be motivated to come out. They're the best team in the AFC. They should take down the Chargers, no doubt. Colts Titans. Seeing the Titans' impressive win last week in Seattle, Derrick Henry went ballistic. The Colts are trying to find themselves. They're facing another tough team. This time it's away. It's a division rival in Tennessee. I like the Titans. I think the Colts, we'll see. Carson Wentz has 2 sprained ankles. Could be Jacob Eason time. We don't know. But Tennessee at home, regardless of the holes the defense has, give me Tennessee.
I'm going with Tennessee as well. The way that they performed last weekend, and I've been trying to find ways to go for the Colts.
Yeah,
I really have. I'd probably say they're probably my AFC team if I go for on the other side of of the conference. Yeah. I'd probably say the Colts are the Broncos. I mean, I like both teams. So
I'm right there with you. I love Denver.
Yeah. So I just can't see too much of a way, especially since Wentz has 2 sprained ankles. And the more severe one is on his right ankle, which is his back foot, trying to throw off that. I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough.
You only get 2 ankles, and, to mess them both up is very impressive. No, I'm kidding. Football is dangerous sport. We get it. But yeah, it's tough because we know Indy is a good team. They run the ball well, they play great defense. but Tennessee is, Tennessee I just think is offensively, they're just so electric. And defensively, yes, they have some woes, but in the end, they're at home. Derrick Henry, man. They're going to be, and Julio Jones had a big week last week finally. And it's Tennessee's show. It's Tennessee's time. Falcons at Giants, matchup of two 0-2 teams. They're on different paths though. Like we know the Giants should be better than they are. Probably should have had the win last week, obviously, with a lot of miscues against Washington. The Falcons, again, are rebuilding. It wouldn't surprise me if Atlanta went in there and won, actually. It really wouldn't, because the Giants, for some reason, seem to suck it up every single, or at least these last few weeks. Did you just tell me to do it?
Mm-hmm.
No, this is no, I'm picking the Giants. You're trying to get me to fall in this trap. No, Giants. It's Giants. Offensively, I think they're more talented. And if they can put it all together for once, this should be a win for them. Give me the Giants.
Yeah, I think this is the Giants' game to lose.
Should be high
The
scoring.
Falcons are just, the Falcons are in too much of a rebuild right now. And Danny Dimes has to really show who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he has
Last
but
week.
then he also looks bad. Yeah, and I don't know if it's the offensive play calling. I don't know if it's actually him. I don't know if it's Joe Judge. I don't know what the situation is, but hey, if they can come off a win here, that's going to be big for their program.
I think if they lose, you're going to hear it about Joe Judge. And we look, because last week we saw Daniel Jones. He wasn't the problem. He wasn't. So if they lose, it's going to be on Joe Judge again, and it's going to be, the seat's going to get hotter and hotter in New York for sure. But yeah, Giants I think should take this one, but we'll see. Ravens, Lions. Ray, what can you say about the Ravens? This should be Ravens. The Lions put up a good fight against the Packers in the first half, but just went silent in the second half. On Monday night, Ravens, again, most impressive win of the season so far against the Chiefs. Big time forced fumble there at the end. The Ravens, if the Ravens don't win this game, like this is going to be a roller coaster season, because I don't know how you beat the Chiefs and then lose to the Lions, but give me the Ravens.
Yeah, there's not much more to try and say. I mean, I think it's pretty much it's self-explanatory at this point.
Yep. 100%. Okay, so we're both on the Lions. We're not both on the Lions. It was a joke. Saints, Patriots. This will be interesting. I think that. I mean, you go. I think the Patriots take this one.
Good. So we're on opposite sides.
Damn it.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Well, you can't go back on. You can't go back.
I'm not going back. I think Belichick is gonna take it to Jameis here. I think he's gonna confuse him.
I think the Saints are getting their coaching staff back. I think Jameis is going to be like, "Oh crap, we just lost." Kamara's not going to want to lose a second straight game. That's for sure. That defense is too talented. I think Mac Jones is going to find out, a little bit more of what this league is with the Saints defense. I think I think the Saints just fell into too much of just bad luck last week. And It just stemmed into the game. That's at least what I think for right now. I mean, they could definitely lose this game. I was going back and forth on this too, but I'm going with the Saints, and I'm gonna roll with them here.
So it looks like I'll get another game up in the standings. So I picked the Browns to win. You picked the Bears. I picked the Patriots. Okay, all right. So that's good. No, I think Belichick is going to confuse Jameis a little bit more here, and this is. I think the Patriots defense is going to come alive as well. You think the Saints defense will come alive? I think the Patriots defense will come alive. Could be a defensive game. We'll see what happens. But I like the Patriots in New England at home. Maybe not maybe. It is an intriguing game. We have Washington and Buffalo. Probably this is Buffalo's game. But after seeing what Heineke did, I know the Giants got robbed last week, whatnot. But give me Buffalo.
I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, fine. Give me Buffalo.
Yeah, I think that offense is too electric. there's only so much that Washington can try and do, and they didn't look too impressive both
Yeah.
of the first 2 weeks. I mean, I think Josh Allen got his stride back last weekend, and I think that Bills defense they can get the job done, is what
Mhm.
I'll say,
Yes.
against Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think Washington's defense is obviously better. Their front four is amazing. We'll see if they can, get up at Josh Allen's grill. But, you know, I think the Bills are the better team. They proved it last week after week one. It was a bounce back performance. They're at home. Yeah, they're going to be eager to get back, in good graces with their fans. Um, you know, I think probably the Washington football team's their defensive backfield is probably the worst part of their defense. If they can block, which is the key for every team, when you win, if they can block Chase Young and all those boys, give me the Bills. We both like the Bills. Dolphins, Raiders, no Tua, broken ribs or fractured ribs, out for this game. Raiders going. I think the Raiders are going to go 3-0. They're at home. They are the better team, I believe. Their defense is better. Derek Carr for MVP. What say you?
I'm going with the Raiders as well. I wouldn't say David. I wouldn't say Derek Carr quite yet. I think Stafford is still on top of my list for right now for
Yeah.
MVP. But yeah, Las Vegas is going to be rocking.
Oh yeah.
Especially at home against the Dolphins. Jacoby Brissett is still trying to learn that offense. I think it's going to take him another week at least to try
Yeah.
and figure more stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
We're both on the Raiders for this one.
Yep, for sure, 100%. I really like what the Raiders are doing. I love John Gruden. Him and Derek Carr got this thing cooking. Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue coming off the edges. I think people need to talk about that edge rushing duo more. I think they're both really solid. Jets, Broncos. I don't think there's much to talk about here. I think Denver, again,
Yeah.
Zach Wilson is trying to find his way still. Denver at home. Again, the Broncos fan base gets rocking as well. Mile High gets going. Teddy Two Gloves is steady Teddy. There's so many nicknames we can give him. Steady Teddy, Teddy Ball Game, Teddy Two Gloves. But Teddy Bridgewater's the man. I think, again, even without Jerry Jeudy, I think they're going to step up here and they're going to start off 3-0 as well.
Yeah, and Broncos defense is too good, and Zach Wilson's thrown the most amount of picks so far within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, give me the Broncos.
Denver, yeah. Buccaneers, Rams, maybe, possibly the best game of the weekend. Tampa's going to LA. Possibly an NFC Championship game preview. Probably not if this guy over my shoulder has something to say about it. I hope so for my sake. No, but I think obviously two great defenses, two very good quarterbacks right now. This is
I'm going with the Rams.
Okay. Why?
I'm going with the Rams at home. The Bucs defense, I mean, they've slipped at times, they've looked good at times, but they haven't looked great like they did last year. Now, yes, Tampa's got one of the most electrifying offenses, but then you also look at the Rams' number one defense in the league. So I'm going with the Rams, and you are?
If the Rams can go into Tampa with Jared Goff and win, again, nothing against Jared Goff. Somehow, some way, he does have more Pro Bowl appearances than Matthew Stafford. But if they can go into Tampa and win with Jared Goff at home with Stafford, I think they can win too. Give me the Rams as well. I don't know if the Rams are the better team, but on this particular day, they will be. I don't think they can stop Aaron Donald. Jalen Ramsey's a stud, obviously. I think this is LA's day. Give me the Rams. It's going to be a great game, though. Great game. I'm excited to watch it for sure. This is another late game on Sunday. Seahawks Vikings. This is kind of one of those. That's not a rivalry, but these two teams have been playing each other the last few years. They've been particularly good games. Last season, Minnesota had Seattle on a 4th and 10 multiple times at home early on in the season in Seattle. Converted them, and ended up Russ found DK Metcalf for a game-winning touchdown, and then the year before was a back-and-forth game, so they've been going at it. But give me the Seahawks. I think the Vikings are going to come out hot this game. I really believe it, but I think the Seahawks are just better. Minnesota's just too inconsistent. Even if they had won against Arizona, which is a tough, I still would have said they would have been inconsistent because somehow you lose to Cincinnati on the road, who just got really wrecked by the Bears defensively. I just think Minnesota's too inconsistent. I think they'll start off hot. Maybe they'll go cold in the second half. Seattle's run defense has to be big time to stop Dalvin Cook, though. But I think Seattle's pissed after letting that game get away from them against Tennessee. So give me the Seahawks.
I'm going with the Vikings.
All right, good.
I think they looked a lot better last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They had the chance to win the ball game.
Yeah,
they know what it takes to win a ball game. They're playing a similar style offense. Well, not style, but they're playing a similar offense where they got the mobile quarterback as like the Cardinals did last weekend. I think the Vikings can pull away with this one at home. That's the big part for me, is that it's at home and it's not on the road. If they were in Seattle, I would take Seattle 100%. But it's going to be a very close game, I think. But I think the Vikings are going to pull away with this one and get their first win of the season.
Those Minnesota Vikings fans have been waiting for a while. Finally, week 3, they get their first home game. But yeah, this game is a coin flip of a game. It's the same thing with the Buccaneers Rams. Okay, those are the only 2 games. I was trying to find more games, but those are the only 2 coin flip games. This game is not a coin flip because I think my team will win. No, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but you tell me who's going to win. The Green Bay Packers, San Francisco 49ers. We all know what happens when the Packers go out to the Bay. You tell me who's going to win.
LaFleur's record in Santa Clara is not good.
Okay.
And it's gonna continue to stink.
Yep, that's why that's why my shirt's up, because it's gonna stink. But yeah, keep going.
I'm taking the 49ers. That defense, I don't know how much they're gonna hold up Rodgers, but it's gonna be more than what they saw last weekend against the Lions, for sure.
So do you think what's the score? Like, what do you think the score is? Like high scoring, or do you think the Packers get crushed?
31-27.
Okay, it's respectable. So I'm going to pick my team. Peter Schrager on Good Morning Football this morning asked the question, hey, like, what if, we all know the Packers, when they play these tough teams on the road in primetime, they get crushed. What happens if Aaron Rodgers just goes ballistic, which is, I think, what he's going to do. Again, I think the loss of Robert Saleh, who's head coach in New York now, Sherm's gone, Buckner's not there anymore. Yes, Bakhtiari's not there. That's going to hurt them. Elton Jenkins, their Pro Bowl left guard who's playing left tackle, is, on the injury report with an ankle injury. He might not go. I think he will. They need him. If he's not there, that could spell trouble. But I think it's going to be a game. I think it will be a game. Give me my team. I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to go nuts. I think they'll hold up enough. The Niners DBs, well, number one, first off, their running backs, actually. Elijah Mitchell might not play. Trey Sermon might not play. JaMychal Hasty might not play. All those guys are on the injury report with different injuries. Obviously, we know Mostert's not there. But whoever they plug in, they seem to do very well, in the 49ers running back. All that entire system works. Kyle Shanahan's going to get creative like he always does. But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go nuts. I think the Packers O-line is going to hold up just enough. Give me the Green Bay Packers. I think this is going to be a statement win, not defensively, because their defense is not great. But this is who the Packers are. They're great offensively. Defensively, they always have some woes. It's just who they are. But give me my team. I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to go nuts. Anytime someone pisses him off in the media, someone says shit about him, he's going to go bonkers, and he's going to do that again on Sunday night.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So you think the Bears are going to beat the Browns, correct? And then I think the Packers are going to beat the Niners. Okay, this is just perfect. We're two fanboys. Essentially what it is. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, I predicted the Bears to lose week 1 to the Rams.
Yeah, I said the Packers were going to lose to the Saints week 1, and they did. So yeah, I didn't. But and then the Monday night game, Eagles Cowboys. I'm not really a fan of this game. Like being placed on Monday Night Football. I don't know. Like it's after seeing the Cowboys these last 2 weeks, I think they're gonna crush the Eagles. Quite honestly, I think they'll win by multiple touchdowns. I think Dak Prescott, Mari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, they're all going to go nuts. Tony Pollard has emerged as him and Zeke are now like thunder and lightning. Pollard is the more explosive back. I don't know. I think the Cowboys should handle this more than 2 touchdowns. Getting how many turnovers did they get off of Herbert last week? 2. You know,
that sounds right.
I know they had a pick in the end zone, so they're definitely the defense has certainly improved over the first 2 weeks. From last season. I think the Cowboys handle this one though.
I think so too. I don't think it's going to be that close. I think it's going to be probably one of the most underrated Monday Night Football games we'll see this entire year.
Okay. All right. Well, so basically the only picks that we disagree on are Seahawks, Vikings, Packers, Niners, Browns, Bears, and then Saints, Patriots. Yep, that's it. So plenty of opportunity for me to come back in this thing. I'm 5 games back of you?
You're 16-16. I'm 21-11. So yeah, yep. 5 games back.
We'll see what happens. All right. I was listening. Do you ever listen to the Rich Eisen show?
Yeah.
So they were talking about their Mount Rushmore of all-time quarterbacks, and they were talking about what they think. Give me your Mount Rushmore. Who's your Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks? If you say Sid Luckman, I'm going to be upset.
Sid Luckman.
Oh my God.
Prime middle. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding. Relax.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Say that. You look like a fool.
I'm gonna put Brady up there for all of the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Peyton Manning.
Okay. I'm gonna go Eli.
Spot. How do I want to do this?
Come on, just say it. Just say it.
But I have like a few different ways I can go with this. There's only 4 spots.
Well, did you hear they're adding
I'm not putting Rodgers on. If that's what you wanted to hear, I'm not putting Rodgers on.
It's okay. Did you hear they're adding a 5th president on the Mount Rushmore? So you have time. You can put in a 5th quarterback. It's fine. I'm kidding. Yeah, they're not doing that. But come on.
I'm gonna Marino, probably 3 spot. Do I want to go Montana or Aikman?
Oh my gosh. Get off of I heard the guy, there was I don't know his name, but one of the guys on the Rich Eisen show put Aikman on there. I could not.
I know, I heard that too. I just want to see your reaction.
Troy Aikman is Troy Aikman is a Hall of Fame quarterback. What is he? A 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time champ. People do not say, "Oh, I'm going to be Troy Aikman one day." Like people do, he's not he's an all-time great because he's in the Hall of Fame, but no one ever thinks, "Okay, hey, I'm going to be like Troy Aikman. I want to be like that." Like he is not someone that people aspire to be like unless they're in the Cowboys organization,
Yeah. No,
he's a champion, a 3-time champion. I get it, but I
get that. That was strictly just to see your reaction.
Yep.
No, okay. the other true guy that I was thinking about was Otto Grant.
Okay. Respect to the old era.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go Otto Grant.
You ever get a chance to see Otto Grant play live?
Haha.
Okay, whatever. I thought that'd be funny. Okay, so my Mount Rushmore. Give me Tom. I look like an idiot if Tom's not on there. So give me Tom because of the seven. Actually, yeah. Put Tom there. Obviously, Peyton. We'll put Peyton up there. Give me Aaron. Aaron should be the first guy because Aaron will take the Lincoln position. Aaron, yeah. Again, we all like Tom has the championships. Peyton is like the smartest quarterback of all time. I think we know just like his Omaha, check, all that stuff. Like Peyton is a freaking mastermind. You see him on Monday Night Football. He's like literally playing the game. He's, like it's like he's playing. So Peyton there, Aaron physically, Aaron Rodgers is Dan Marino with the Super Bowl win. Like that's what he is. And he's the greatest thrower of the football of all time. I really badly want to put Favre on there because Favre is like the definition of a gunslinger.
Knew you were going to do that.
I'm not going to do it because of the interceptions. Like, look, when Brett Favre retired, he was the greatest quarterback of all time. He held every major statistical passing record. Like that was Brett Favre when he retired. But the interceptions, I think. Someone put Mahomes up there. Way too early to put Mahomes up there. Come on, he only has one.
Way too early.
Yeah, way too early.
The other guy that I was thinking about, if this is going to help your decision, now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, is
Eli.
Drew Brees.
I knew that's what I was thinking about. Drew Brees holds a lot of probably most of the major statistical passing records.
I might even put Brees up there instead of Marino. I'm going to keep Otto Graham.
He is a champion. Drew Brees is a champion too. Give me Nick Foles. No. Uncle Rico. It's either Montana or Drew. When Montana left, Montana was the GOAT. That's who people were putting Brady up against. Montana or, they call him Cool Joe or Joe Cool, whatever it was, because he was always so clutch in the biggest moments. Dude, this is tough because I saw Drew. I've seen Drew play his entire career. Didn't ever get to watch Joe play, but you see all the highlights of, slant to John Taylor, touchdown, Super Bowl victory, one of many. This is going on way too long.
I'm putting Drew in over Marino. I think
Okay.
I've been thinking about Marino too much because he's the one quarterback that beat the 85 Bears.
Yeah. Yep. That is a good point. Okay, so since you're saying Drew, I'll say Joe. I just think Joe, when he retired, was the greatest, and he had the ability to prove it. He had the resume. Joe Montana, Joe Cool, so clutch in the biggest moments. So Aaron, Tom, Peyton, and Joe, and then
And then I have Tom, Peyton, Drew, and Otto Graham.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the difference between like a Terry Bradshaw won 4 Super Bowls. He won 4 Super Bowls
Behind that offensive line.
Okay, you think that's like so? Just because you have those, that doesn't make you the greatest.
I think it definitely helps your case.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. You definitely need a solid quarterback in order to win ball games.
Terry was, yeah.
There's no question about it. But I mean, he was behind one of the best sets of offensive linemen there is.
Steel curtain also.
Yeah, and I don't. Terry was a very, very solid quarterback, but I wouldn't put him as one of the best.
Here's a question. Yeah, no, I get it. Was the Immaculate Reception, did that lead to one of the Steelers? I don't know why I'm forgetting this. Did that lead to one of the Steelers championships?
It's a good question.
It was in the – okay, we got to Google this. We can't get off without, because I know it was in the playoffs against the Raiders. Not Immaculate Conception, Chicago. Immaculate Reception game. Okay, it was 1972 against the Raiders. Let me look up Super Bowl 1972. No, not judicial records. Not what the hell? Sorry. Oh, okay. Cowboys beat the Dolphins in 19. Okay, so that wasn't it. But like, I was going to say that as a fluke play, but Terry Bradshaw's a 4-time champion. He's a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but he's not like, he's kind of like Aikman. Like no one says, okay, I'm going to be like Terry Bradshaw, unless like you're from New Orleans or like the South and you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, so very interesting topic for sure. But I think Super Bowls do not mean like, okay, in Tom's case, because he doesn't have the ability, Tom, because of his resume, that's why he's one of the greatest. If, you know, people say he is the greatest. Aaron, because of his, what?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, every quarterback has their thing. Tom has the championships. Peyton is the smartest. Drew, not that Drew has, like, all the records, but, like, I guess you could say he's the most competitive. You know, he was a gamer. Aaron has the ability, and Favre just has the rocket arm. Like, they have every quarterback has something. So I think that's just interesting to take a look at.
I feel like this might be more of a true consensus one where we have probably almost the same thought.
Yeah.
What about running backs?
Who the greatest running back, or just the four? The Mount Rushmore. Give me Adrian Peterson. Nope, there is no greater running back in my lifetime that I've ever seen than prime Adrian Peterson. Trust me, I saw him tear the Packers defense apart. Adrian Peterson, never saw Walter Payton play, but I think you can make the case Walter Payton might be more beloved in the city of Chicago than Michael Jordan. Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, Eddie Lacy. No. I don't know. I'm trying to, like, there's a lot of, like, Emmitt Smith is like the Drew Brees of this category. Like he has the most rushing yards ever. He's a champion, multi-time champion, but like Frank Gore. No, I'm trying to think. Jim Brown, because of historical significance. Give me Adrian Peterson, Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Barry Sanders. I'm probably forgetting someone, but those are my four.
Fair enough. Walter, Barry. I have three names in mind. Which one do I want to take out?
If you say Matt Forte, I'm going to blow up.
I will not take Matt Forte. Love Matt Forte. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely love Matt Forte. Had his jersey growing up.
Yep.
If you want to talk about a guy that I was pissed that the Bears ever got rid of early on, Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen and Matt Forte were my two favorite players.
Yep. Love Greg Olsen.
Anyways, the other three names that I have in mind are Emmitt Smith, Bo Jackson, and then Jim Brown.
Okay. Yeah. Bo Jackson we all know Bo Jackson is one of the greatest athletes of all time, regardless of sport.
I'm gonna take Emmitt out.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Emmitt out because
it's hard because he has
I'm
the
debating
championships.
between taking Emmitt or Bo out.
I would say Emmitt because Bo didn't play terribly long. He played baseball, had some injuries. I would say Emmitt. If you're deciding between those two, I'd pick Emmitt.
Yeah. So that's what I was leaning towards. The one freak injury to Bo. I mean, if he didn't have that, I mean, he'd probably be one of if
greatest.
Not the greatest running backs.
Yeah. Marshawn Lynch,
take Walter Barry, Walter Barry, Emmitt, and then Jim Brown.
Yeah. This is the top. This is we're running out of time, but let's keep this rolling like next episode. Seriously, this is good. I mean, also I think it's interesting we talk about like Hall of Fame cases. Like I'm thinking about this stuff. Like, is Greg Olsen a Hall of Famer? Like, is Eli a Hall of Famer? Like some of these, I think it's really interesting. So let's carry that forward next episode. We'll see what happens this weekend. A lot of great games. I'll look forward to jumping back into the standings. I can't jump back into the league because I'm so far back. Not my own fault. It's just the teams who I picked, they screwed up. But I'll be in front soon enough. 16-0
and get way farther ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna end this now. Good Good talk. Always a great talk.
Watch
Always a
some
pleasure.
games this weekend and
Yes, sir.
talk later.
Yeah.
All right,
Deuces.
peace out.